Lawyers for Chicago rapper Lil Durk say prosecutors do not have enough valid evidence to convict him in a murder-for-hire plot. Durk Banks has been jailed since late October in connection with a plot to kill a Georgia rapper known as Quando Rondo, real name Tyquan Bowman. The attack killed Bowman's cousin. Banks' attorneys say prosecutors are overreaching when they claim that the lyrics of one of Banks' songs may be quoted as evidence. Banks faces a detention hearing next week. His trial is set for January.
Say man, hey man, hey man, it's OG Jucario. Now I'm back at you with another one. And I had to come slide on the YouTube block because new information about Lil Durk has been released, and the feds are now saying that Lil Durk is linked to another second murder for hire plot that occurred in Chicago for the revenge killing of his brother D-Thing that was gunned down. Now check this out. The Rolling Stone article says this: federal prosecutors are linking Grammy-winning rapper Lil Durk to a second murder ahead of his Thursday detention hearing in Los Angeles tied to separate charges. He orchestrated a murder for hire plot. A newly unsealed warrant application obtained by the Chicago Tribune Thursday reportedly said that the artist, born Durk Banks, was behind the January 27, 2022 shooting death of Stephon Mack on Chicago's far south side. According to the FBI, Mack was the leader of the Smashville faction of the Gangster Disciples, the Tribune reported. News of Banks' alleged connection to Mack's killing broke just 2 hours before Banks was due to appear in a courtroom in downtown Los Angeles to fight for his release. He's been in custody since his October arrest and is awaiting trial on charges he orchestrated a scheme to lead to the shooting death of Georgia rapper Quando Rondo's cousin at a Los Angeles gas station 2 years ago. In the newly unsealed court documents linking Chicago rapper Lil Durk to a second murder for hire plot, the plot has to do with the murder of Stephon Mack outside the Youth Peace Center of Roseland, 420 West 111th Street on January 7, 2022. Anthony Montgomery Wilson and Preston Powell, both of Chicago, were indicted by a grand jury about a year ago in Mack's murder. The FBI linked Montgomery Wilson and Powell to Durk using texts, confidential informants, phone call metadata, and social media posts, such as one that read, "Did Durk give you that money?" Wow, really? It's crazy, you guys. It's nasty work. The feds believe Mack's murder was revenge for the death of Lil Durk's brother, D-Thing. Mack was shot and killed by gunmen who got out of a car and opened fire on him as he walked out of the Youth Peace Center of Roseland. A security guard was also shot but survived, prosecutors said. As of now, Lil Durk has not been charged in the murder of Stephon Mack. But in my opinion, you guys, you know, when Durk was going for that detention hearing, right, and tried to get out of detention today to go home until the trial starts, the feds say, voila, magic. Look what we got, you guys. Now, they were saying that the feds didn't have no solid evidence, as you seen in that clip I played earlier in the video. You know, a whole report came out that the feds didn't have anything on Durk. They didn't have enough evidence. Well, now it seems like the feds are saying, hey, look, he's a danger to the community. And we have another alleged murder for hire plot that Durk was involved as a revenge killing, right? And he had to get this done because, you know, this is Durk's brother, man. He had to slide for D-Thing, right? Even though Durk didn't, you know, slide, you know, per se himself, right? He paid those hitters, those shooters, to go out there and do his dirty work, allegedly. And this is according to the feds, you know, new unsealed documents that are, you know, coming out now, alleging that this is what Durk was involved in, plus the text messages. And it also said informants, okay? So you have people that's also talking along with the text messages that they have with this. You know, they're not going to give everything at once, but they gave us one text message from, you know, one of the killers to the other killer saying, hey, did Durk give you that money? Right? So why is Durk's name being brought up about money. So this is how the feds is putting this case together and finding out who's the real mastermind and why. So not only one murder for hire out in Cali, where Durk is alleged to try to get rid of Quando Rondo, but ended up killing his cousin LaPop. Okay, now they have another one, that occurred in Chicago, where they allege Lil Durk is also behind that hit, right, on the guy who allegedly put the hit out on his brother D-Thing, right? So they're saying Lil Durk did this as a revenge killing, and he had to get some get back, even though he didn't per se slide against Stephon Mack himself, right? He paid some other assailants allegedly to do this. So I'm pretty sure once Durk heard of this information about this newly unsealed document and his new murder for hire, and I'm pretty sure he know who Stephon Mack is, right? Being that, he was the one that alleged to have killed Durk's brother. He's like, oh man, they finally put that together. Oh dog, ain't never getting up out of here. And now Lil Durky is realizing he's probably a deep fried turkey at this point. And that's 2 murder for hires. How are you gonna wiggle your way up out of this one, Durk? We shall see. Because at the end of the day, they gotta prove all this, right? I mean, they gotta prove that, Durk was behind this. But with these informants and those text messages implicating Durk, it's not looking too good at all now, is it? Yikes. Wow. In a world of snakes and backbiters, it's going to be interesting to see who was the informants. Who was the ones that came forward and gave information to the feds on this second murder for hire that the feds are now, unsealing these documents on, and the killing of Stephon Mack as a revenge killing for the killing of Durk's brother D-Thing. Who could these informants be? They might not name them in the paperwork. They might keep them anonymous, and redact those names. But, if they shall put those names out there, will it come back to, people who are close to Durk? So y'all get in the comment section and let me know what y'all think about this entire ordeal. About Lil Durk being alleged in a second murder for hire plot against the guy who allegedly had something to do with his brother D-Thing being killed. And until the next time, this is OG Jucario TV with the latest in rap, hip-hop, celebrity, and urban news. You're watching the Rundown Podcast. I appreciate everybody for spending with me. I appreciate all my subscribers for sliding with your boy every time. And say, hey man, keep hitting that like button, keep hitting that subscribe button, and look, turn on post notification so we can slide whenever I get the drop. You already know what it is, man. It's deeper than Buddha, heard you hear me? And guess what? I'm gone.